Greetings Tomb Raider fans, we are right around the corner from the Tomb Raider Remasters and I am so excited to play them. And then it dawned on me that this is the first time we've heard from Lara in a good little while, like friends, we're all catching up here, and I realised there's a lot of people out there that might not know much about Lara Croft. They're like, who is she? Who is she? Where did you find her? And you know what? I found her. And I thought to myself, because there's so many people that don't know a thing about Lara Croft, and I know a lot about Lara Croft, I think it would be quite helpful if I gave you a little bit of a summary of Lara Croft, what she's all about, who she is, what her life has been like leading up to the events in Tomb Raider 1, just so that we're all caught up to speed by the time that we play the Tomb Raider Remasters. We know all about Lara, where she's at, what she's up to, and who she is. I thought it would be quite helpful for the new generation to learn a little bit more about my favourite heroine. So, let's get to the bottom of it, shall we? So, Lara Croft was born on the 14th of February 1968 in Wimbledon, Surrey or London. Google is confused, and I am too. She is the daughter of Lord Henchingley Croft and Lady Croft. Lady Croft doesn't have a name, apparently. She was born into aristocratic society, so she is very high class, high privilege. Let's be honest, she was probably a horse girl. Now, from the ages of 3 to 11, Lara was privately tutored. Then from the ages of 11 to 16, she went to Wimbledon High School for Girls. When she was 16 to 18, she went to Gordonston Boarding School in Scotland, and from the ages of 18 to 21 she concluded her studies at the Swiss Finishing School. Now, in Lara's early young life, she was raised in a secure world of aristocracy surrounded by tennis, butlers, corgis, etc. Lara's not scared of many things, but she was quite afraid of her aunt's corgi, who used to bite her on several occasions, and I think she even was cornered by the corgi once in a meat locker. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Doesn't it? I think, Lara, maybe we should confront that instead of taking it out on, a certain butler of ours. I'm just saying. We don't know too much about Lara's early life in very much specific detail. We don't know about many friends that she had, if she had any. We do know at age 14, Lara was staying with Winston in Ireland, Lara's, family butler. There was some renovations being done at her family home back in England, and she was staying with Winston, and one night she overheard a conversation between Winston and Father Bran Patrick Dunstan. She heard them talking about an island off the coast of, the villages that they were staying at. There were rumours of a demonic presence at this island, so the priest goes to investigate, and Lara is intrigued and she decides to follow him. The events that play out is all playable in Tomb Raider Chronicles, which I would recommend you play or watch on YouTube. With any luck, Tomb Raider Chronicles will be remastered one day, just like Tomb Raider games 1 to 3. I can count. The events that happened on the island really sparked an intrigue and curiosity in Lara's life. I mean, let's face it, she defeated a demon at the age of 14. She was clearly off to a better start than most of us, let's be honest. Now, at age 16, after finishing high school, Lara's parents decided she should attend the prestigious Gordonston Boarding School in Scotland. And Lara was very happy to do this because she was an adventurous spirit and she thought the time away in the Scottish Highlands would do her some good as well. So she was very excited about all of this. One day, Lara came across a copy of National Geographic and it featured a familiar name on the front cover. It was Werner von Croy, an archaeologist who had done a lecture at Lara's high school, and this had sparked Lara's interest in archaeology. Lara left quite an impression on von Croy at the time because of all of her questions. After seeing von Croy on this magazine, she insists to her parents that she joins him on his expedition to Cambodia, and after a very generous check from Lord Henchingley Croft, Von Croy agrees, and Lara and Von Croy set off to Cambodia in search for the Iris. This is also a playable event that you can play in Tomb Raider 4, which also hopefully will be remastered one day. Please, I hope so. So Lara returns to Gordonston Boarding School and she resumes her studies. Now, what we know from this point in Lara's life, she's not much of a team player. She discovered rock climbing and would often go trekking in the Scottish Highlands during netball practice. At her boarding school, she also enjoyed things like water sports, horseback riding, archery, and also shooting, which she was banned from for showing too keen an interest, and I don't blame them either. She also was taught history by Charles Kane, who is an important part of Lara's circle of friends. who we learn a little bit more about in Tomb Raider Chronicles as well. After she graduated from Gordonston Boarding School, Lara attended Swiss Finishing School. This is where she developed an interest in skiing, extreme skiing, and she went on a holiday to the Himalayas to look for more challenging terrain. On the way home from the Himalayas, Lara's plane crashed and it left her the only survivor. Lara had to rely on her wits in order to survive the hostile conditions, and she learned that she only felt truly alive when she was travelling alone. She returned back to England with this revelation, and she felt suffocated by the society that she had grown into, and she even denied a marriage to the Earl of Farringdon. Okay, he must have been a real goofy goober. She rejected this life that she had been brought into in favour of a life of adventure and danger. After hearing this, her parents disowned her, and as a result cut all her funding. Everything was gone. As a result, Lara had to turn to writing in order to fund her travels. So she made lots of nice little books all about tomb raiding and adventure and life. A couple of her books include A Tyrannosaurus is Jawing at My Head and Slaying Bigfoot. She definitely slayed. Let's just be honest. Let's be real here. She slayed Bigfoot. She inherited a home from her aunt, the one with the corgi, and that would become Lara Croft Manor. Now, Lara doesn't really consider tomb raiding a job, but more so a way of life. She's not really an archaeologist, definitely not a good one. I mean, the amount of pots and shit that I break just to find some ammo. Let's just say the British Museum wouldn't be very happy with her. Her common complaint is that she doesn't have enough time to put pen to paper, so she really loves her writing. Another notable thing that she's done is she has driven the dangerous Alaskan highway from Tierra del Fuego in South America, probably pronounced that very incorrectly. She drove that highway in record time, although she was later denounced by the Guinness Book of World Records for her reckless driving. Due to this escapade, as well as her writing, she has become quite infamous within the antiques community, who have basically disproved of her lifestyle, but Lara doesn't really care. She's just in it for herself. Basically, Lara does whatever she wants and she doesn't care. She doesn't give a rat's ass. This basically brings us up to speed on where Lara's at by the time of Tomb Raider 1. This is where she sort of developed this name for herself of this adventurer, this traveler, this renowned archaeologist, and this is where Natla comes to hire her, and Lara's like, I only play for sport. Don't worry about me, honey. I don't need your money. Rocky crags and savage winds. Basically, Lara's in it for the thrill. She's not in it for the fame or the money. She wants the danger and the lifestyle. Lara is a dangerous spirit. She's a mischievous gal. She's incredibly athletic. She could probably challenge the gymnasts in the Olympics, but she chooses not to because, like I said, she doesn't care. She's not in it for that. She's basically just the best person ever. That's what I think, at least. I suppose another fact is she likes U2. She was introduced to U2 by her auntie. How canon that is up to debate, since she, was heavily promoted by U2 during the late 90s. That holds about as much credibility as Lara, driving Seat cars and drinking Lucozade, so I know, take that as you will. That pretty much gets us up to speed on the Tomb Raider remasters, so now you know a lot more about Lara going forward. You know what she's all about, what she's like, who she is, what she gets up to, and you know exactly who you're going to be setting off with when you go on the adventures. Starting February 14th, which is probably tomorrow. By the time I upload this, is probably tomorrow. So I can't wait to play. I'm so excited. Keep up to date with me. I'm going to be posting a lot more over the coming weeks. Some more Tomb Raider content, I'm sure, when the remasters are finally released. I am still planning on maybe doing a stream here and there. Can't promise when, can't promise if, or when, or how, or why. But I am considering doing it, so keep your eyes posted. I might do some announcements soon. Who knows? Also, don't forget, we've got some Tomb Raider merchandise coming. I made a video all about that. You can check that out as well. The Lara Croft backpack is going live for pre-orders soon, so if you're interested in that, then I'll leave a link in the description. You can have a look for that yourself as well. I want to say thank you to Lara Croft Wiki for hooking me up with all of this information, which I knew by heart already. I just needed a little refresher. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all very soon to talk more about Tomb Raider. Remasters coming soon. Let's all get excited. Let's all get naked. Let's not. Adios. Thanks for watching.